It's the Bearded Movie Guy Top 7 Saturdays. Today, we look at Top 7 Robert Rodriguez characters. This should be fun. Let's get into it. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, I'm the Bearded Movie Guy, and today on Top 7 Saturdays, we're looking at the top 7 Robert Rodriguez characters. Now, unlike Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez doesn't necessarily write all his own stuff. So, I'm just counting characters that are in his movies, regardless of where their source material came from. This was suggested to me by a viewer, Alex Zapfi. I hope I said your name right. Feel free to suggest any kind of top 7 you'd like me to do, and I'll see if I can do it. If it's possible. Alright, let's get to it. Before we can get to it, we really should just throw out a few honorable mentions. A few characters that are really cool, but didn't make my 7 list. In no particular order, Buscemi from Desperado, which is hysterical because that's his last name, but that's all he's called, Buscemi. Sex Machine, again, I didn't pick these names, these are just characters. He's really funny. And the character I named my first hamster after, Santifico Pandemonium! Okay, I'm kidding, I didn't name a hamster after it, but how epic would that be? This is my hamster, Santifico Pandemonium. I gotta do that now. Note to self. Bye, hamster. Sorry. Alright, so now that's out of the way, let's get to it. Number 7. Jacob Fuller from Dusk Till Dawn. Harvey Keitel brings Jacob Fuller to life. He's a pastor that's kind of lost his faith and then ends up in a den of thieves and vampires. The character is cool. It's fun seeing him kind of try and be badass, but at the same time still have the morals that he was brought up with, even though he doesn't necessarily believe in God anymore, but he has to believe in God because they need him to bless the water. It's Harvey Keitel. It's pretty awesome. Number 6. Cherry Darling, Planet Terror. She's got a gun for a leg. Enough said. Number 5. Sands, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I believe this was actually written for George Clooney, and he couldn't do it because of a scheduling conflict. So Johnny Depp just stepped right in and was like, I'll do it. Sands is one of Robert Rodriguez's best characters. He's so funny. He's so kind of just... He wears a shirt that says he's CIA in Mexico, and he actually is CIA in Mexico. He just doesn't care because he figures no one will believe it. And at the end, when he kind of has the sunglasses on because of the thing that happens, he looks even cooler. Johnny Depp just owned this role. He hasn't played anything really as cool since. Number 4. Machete from Machete. Machete don't text. Machete is a great character. He started out as a joke and then became a real live movie that had a sequel, and they might be planning a 3rd sequel where he goes into space. I'm not sure. Sure, is he ridiculous? Yes. Does he have a lot of machetes? Yes. Is he funny? Yes. Is he a great character? For sure. Plus he's played by Danny Trejo. That guy's face is epic. Number 3. Seth Gecko from Dusk Till Dawn. Did I mention George Clooney? George Clooney just had a blast playing this role. If you see the behind the scenes stuff, that guy was having one of the best times of his life ever filming this. He got to hang out with Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, goof around on the set all day, and then kill vampires for fun. Half of this movie is just 2 brothers trying to get to Mexico, and it's awesome. And then there's vampires, which makes it even more awesome. Clooney's delivery is perfect, and it's just... Seth Gecko's really cool. Number 2. Marv. Alright, so yeah, Robert Rodriguez did not write Sin City. Frank Miller did. But he brought it to life with Frank Miller in a form that I wouldn't have believed possible. And Marv is Frank Miller's best Sin City character. You gotta love him. He's crazy, yet sane in a weird way, scary as anything, and he just has this really weird sense of honor that once you're on his bad side, you don't want to ever be on his bad side. Yeah. Mickey Rourke did an insanely good job bringing him to life, and the film looks awesome. And he totally would have been number 1, except for the character that started it all. Number 1. El Mariachi from El Mariachi. You knew this had to be number 1 if you followed Robert Rodriguez's career. This is the movie that started it all. He made El Mariachi for like $7,000, and he did everything himself. And then it spawned 2 other films. Most notably played by Antonio Banderas, except in the first one, but still it's the same character. El Mariachi is cool, he's awesome, he does some amazing things with guitars and guns, and he's El Mariachi. If I was stuck in Mexico, I'd totally want his help. Plus, he plays guitar beautifully. So, there's my top 7 Robert Rodriguez characters. Did I miss any? Are there any characters that you're like, what about? Fill in the blank. I haven't seen every Robert Rodriguez film. You may be shocked that none of the Spy Kids stuff's on here. You wanna know why? I haven't seen any of the Spy Kids movies, so I can't add any of those characters onto this list. Nor do I want to. Comment, tell me what your thoughts are, and until next time, stay buried, everyone. You're watching the Barry Moore Guy. Top 7 Saturdays. Robert Rodriguez is awesome. That guy, like, he makes films really good. And I stole a joke from him once that I've used like 1,000 times. Yeah. Is excellent. Now, to go learn guitar like Al Narache. And as always, your top 7.